Good afternoon, Royals. It's Kathy Hewitt and she is on her second um, class of wood burning, carving.
Wood burning.
Wood burning.
Wood burning. Yeah.
So, Kathy, what are you going to do today?
Today I'm going to show you how to prepare the wood, sanding it down. And then also we're going to trace the pattern, so it won't take that long really, because I actually have everything set out. First of all, we have our fan, which we know that the fan is always going. We have our face mask. You need to wear a face mask when you're sanding because of the fragments from the sand. You don't want to inhale that. We have our sandpaper. We have our pattern. And we have our tracing paper. And then our tools to trace with. And a little cloth, a microfiber cloth, to clean off your wood as you sand it. So we have the fan on. We're going to put on our face mask. Okay. I think you can hear me. Actually, I won't be wearing it because I have sanded this down, but you will need to make sure that you wear a face mask. Okay, when you do sand your project, your wood, you need to find out how to figure out where the grain is at on your wood, because you want to sand with the grain and not against the grain, because when you go against the grain on the wood, you're actually gouging your wood, so you're not sanding it down. On this particular piece of wood that I have, it hasn't been sanded down. You can hear the grains in the wood, okay? And even no matter which way I do it, you can still hear it, the grains. That has to all be sanded down smoothly. On this one here,
yeah, it's smooth.
It's very smooth. You can't hear it. You can hear my fingernails, but it's very, very smooth. And the reason too is when you sand it down to make it nice and smooth, when you're burning, if you hit a piece of grain on the wood that isn't sanded down, you will put a hole. A hole will actually burn in your pattern. And so that will actually ruin your piece. You can fix it, but it'll take a long time to do it. So it is important that you make sure that you have your piece of wood sanded down as smooth as you can get it. You can't do it too much, okay? If anything else, you can't do it enough, okay?
Kathy, what grit of sandpaper do you use?
I use this one here, and this is called the fine. And
extra fine.
Yeah, extra fine. And I'm not going to sand it because it is sanded down. When you do your sanding, you'll figure it out as you start doing it, how you want to hold your sandpaper, but you want to do it this way. Just keep on going up and down, up and down. You don't want to go sideways because, again, you're going against the grain. You want to go with the grain. And you got to remember, when you're wood burning, you're going to be wood burning with the grain and not against the grain. Okay? So this is already sanded down, and I have just a microfiber cloth, and you just want to wipe that down nice and good, so there's nothing, no sand on it, no grits or anything like that from sanding. And you want to do the sides also when you sand it. You know,
Rhonda Hooker is watching.
Hello, Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda.
Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and put our pattern on, okay? You got to make sure that you have your paper on here correctly. And your tracing paper, and if you don't know if you have your tracing paper on correctly, just make a mark, and you can see where I have the paper on correctly.
But with your tracing paper, the shiny part is what you want down on the wood.
Right,
And
correct.
the dull.
And then you
like
just,
this.
you can erase it, because you will be erasing your parts of your pattern.
Okay, you can have that back.
Okay, so we got that, and we got our bunny rabbit. And you can actually use shorter pieces of paper if you want, but you got to make sure that you have your pattern in your paper up along where you want your pattern to be.
Now, can you tape that on?
Exactly.
Oh,
I got 4 pieces of tape here. I got masking tape.
And you reuse that tracing paper, or is it just a one-time only?
Oh, no, you can use this tracing paper over and over and over. Yeah. Make sure you get this nice and straight. And I can see where I got it up a little bit too high. So I want to kind of just pull it down a little bit. And you can cut this tracing paper. This tracing paper can be cut. But I just use a bigger piece this time around because it is a very big pattern. Okay, and you want to make sure you have that on a nice and level. You can put more tape on it if you want, which we probably should. And I'm actually just folding the paper, tracing paper underneath the pattern. That way it won't be in the way.
now, with this pattern, it's darker here. Now, are you going to do all those little lines?
No, I'll do those lines. I won't trace those lines. What we're going to do, we're going to just trace the outside and maybe just trace the eyes. But when you go to do the lines, if you want to fluff it up, that's where you use your shading tool. You can make your own lines on here. You don't have to follow the pattern. You can have the fluff go any way you want it to go. And so you don't have to particularly use that pattern like that. But you do want to make sure that you do the trace it correctly on the outside. Now, what I do when I trace it, I have my my Cricut stylus, and I'm just going to take it and I'm going to trace it like this, go around and trace it. But I am not going to do anything inside of the pattern. I'm just tracing right now. And you got to remember where you left off. If you get up and walk away, that's when you would want to use a red ink pen. So if you think that you're not going to be able to do your tracing all at the same time, you would want to do it with a red ink pen. And I know that I'm going to be tracing this
Sue
all.
Nicholson is watching. Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Sue. This kind of looks repetitive, but you can always change this also, the pattern. Okay, did I do that around? I got
Yes, but I don't think you went down there.
I didn't down to the see.
I don't think so. I mean, you
Well,
might have.
I might have. You just, you know, you'll find out once you get pull the pattern up, and you can change it any way you want. I know where I started at, and I know where I'm going to finish at. Now, I am not going to pick up the paper yet because I know that I do want to do the eyeball. Okay, so I want to trace the eyeball, and I use the bigger end of that stylus to do the eye. And I'm going to do the mouth, the little nose and stuff. And anything that you really want to make sure that you detailed in, you can use your stylus or your pencil or your ink pen. Now I am going to go in and I am making lines on the bunny's ear. Okay, I am not going to do the shading on it, but I am going to put little holes in the bunny's nose. And those are just going to be dot, 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 dot. Okay, down here, if you can see on the foot, I see the little paw. I see where I'm going to need to make the little paws in there, because you're going to need to burn those inside the paw. And then your little tail. Okay, I can go ahead and do the neck, do the neckline. You can put as much detail in it as you want. Maybe I'll do the little eyebrow there. Okay, so we will see how this turned out.
Not bad.
Okay, now you see down here, I didn't get it. So,
because of the paper.
Paper.
Yeah.
So now I got to readjust everything. And you can tear this paper. You can use this over and over and over and over. I'm just going to make a little bit.
Turn it over.
Yeah. Now I got to figure out, where did I leave it off at? Okay. This is the tricky part, trying to figure it out where you left it off. Where my little, when I was going to do the tail. Well, okay.
We'll see if the ears.
See how the ears came up okay. See, it came up. And you can always improvise too. Kind of see where. I know that's where I had my paper pretty straight on here. Okay. And okay, well, we'll just see how this comes out. Okay, see now. Okay, I got it, but
It's wrong.
It's wrong. I didn't get the full part of the paw.
You need to go down this way.
Exactly. So what you can do is,
Then would you erase this part here because that's
Yeah.
not the right part? Turn it over.
this is where it really, really gets. Okay, let's try this. Try it and see if it works this time. No. See?
Didn't do any of
It
it.
didn't do any of it. So
Did you have the paper down right?
it's telling me that I need to change the paper. I can tell you if the paper's done right.
No.
Now, I didn't bring a pencil. Sharon, you got a pencil?
Yes, I'll go get a pencil.
So this is what we're going. This is where, when you decide, okay, I've had enough of this, I'm going to try something else.
Are you going to redo the whole bunny?
Nope, I'm not. I'm going to do the bunny way I want it to be.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
This is where you ad lib.
Ad lib, yep.
Ladies, have you seen this shirt?
No.
It's Royals just want to have fun. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think so. But it's real pretty. Got a lot of bling.
So do the new ones that are for Mount Rushmore that are coming out.
They have a lot of bling.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have mine yet.
Oh, that's right. I should have bought them
I
to show
I
you.
delayed.
Yeah, you can see the whole, Sharon, you can see the whole shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know you hadn't seen them yet. They really came out nice. Oops. What happened?
No, that's not right. Did they eat those already?
Christine Greenberg is on.
Hello,
Hi,
Christine.
Christine.
I'll be right back, ladies.
Okay, so
Christine says a very cute shirt. Rhonda says she has one.
All right, get away
Mount
from there.
Rushmore
You
one.
get away. Get
The
away.
Mount Rushmore shirts are very pretty. They really are.
okay, so this is where you got to use your imagination.
Christine Greenberg says, "Hey ladies, I will have to watch the replay later, I'm sure she meant to say. I'm sitting at the doctor's office right now. The lady besides me likes your shirt too."
Hey, all right.
Well, where she can order one. Yeah. Don't forget to give her a card, Christine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is where mine ended up at.
I think that looks very nice, Kathy.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, that's some of the stuff, the mistakes that happen. I just showed you. Okay, and you got to make sure that that's what happened. Is I took my styling tool off of my paper, forgot where I was at, and I missed some of it, and so you had to go back and ad lib or try to do it. And as you can tell, it didn't work out too well. So then you have to go back in and erase all of this stuff. And sometimes erasers doesn't take it off. So guess what? You have to sand it off. Okay? So you can sand it off, or erase it off. But you want to make sure that you get all of this off, because when you get ready to stain your wood, you don't want eraser marks on it. So,
Okay.
yep. And you could see where I laid my arms on it down here. I laid my arms on it, and it scuffed it up
With the black.
with the black.
Yeah.
So, but those are just some of the mistakes. And actually then next week we're going to burn it. Okay, we'll start burning it next week, but we will just burn the outline of it just like I got here. And we won't be able to do the shading inside. You can do whatever you want, but you can also just take your pencil, and if you want to just do shading in it, you can shade with your pencil and draw on it, and then you'll be able to do your burning on it. So, but that is how you would do your tracing your pattern.
Oh, I can hardly wait to see how you do the burning, Kathy. That looks really awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So we will finish it up next week, and I hope you have a great week, and hope you learned something. And I will see you next week. Until then, bye,
Bye,
Royals.
everybody. Bye,
Enjoy your
Royals.
weekend.
Bye, Royals.